Welcome to the Entertainment Rants Podcast, your number one source for all things entertainment. Join host Marco Mazzola and his fellow ranters as they sound off on the latest movies, TV, and the world of entertainment. Now, here are your ranters for the hour, Marco, Mila, Larry, and Bruno.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Entertainment Rants Podcast. I am, as always, your host, Marco Mazzola, and let's welcome our ranters today. Hello, Mila.
Hello.
Hello, Larry.
Hey.
Hey, no Bruno with a quote.
No quote.
Damn, no quote today. No quote today. We thought Bruno was going to be here. Apparently, he's away this weekend.
Yep. It's all right.
We'll talk about that offline.
We shall continue.
We shall soldier on.
Soldier on.
Hopefully the force is with him. All right, gang. We are going to review the second half and basically the full series. We'll recover some of the series of Ahsoka. Season 1, the only series we'll see. Filoni just said that, season 2 is not a go yet. He literally put in the word yet, which I'm thinking he's obviously pushing for a season 2.
But
let's talk about that.
Well, yeah, just start there. I mean, do you need to do a season 2 if you're going to do a movie?
Are they going to do a movie?
I don't know. I would hope so.
It's supposed to be a whole, I
would like to see a trilogy.
Empire movie.
Yeah, that would be nice. It's a trilogy. Let's make that into a trilogy that happens between episodes 6 and 7. So,
right.
I mean, let's...
if that's the way they're going to go with it, then no, you don't need a season 2.
Then you don't need a season 2.
Especially if they're going to do a trilogy.
Right.
You're going to do 3 fucking movies, then why bother doing a second season? I think the biggest issue people are having is just season 1 landed on a cliffhanger, if you will, sort of thing. So everybody's just kind of clamoring for it, and there's no clear direction. And you know how the internet deals with that.
Yeah.
There's no clear direction as to what their plan is. Are we doing a movie based on this? Are they going to show up in the next season of Mandalorian, which we know is coming? What's going to happen? What is happening? Where are we at? Where are we going with this? You left us on this cliffhanger. Ahsoka and Sabine are left on the planet, and Ezra's, back with Hera. So, okay, what's happening? What are we doing? Where are we going with this? Thrawn's back.
Yep. And I hope they interweave this plot with several different shows and movies, so that you have to watch all of those shows and movies in order to follow what's going on.
This was only a video podcast. If only this was a video podcast, you could see the sarcasm in her face. You can hear it in the voice, but you can really see it in the face.
Yeah.
You'll have to watch Boba Fett season 2 in order to understand Ahsoka season 3, unfortunately.
And then after that, you're going to want to
And then you'll have to watch the 4 other movies that came out.
Yeah.
And then Mandalorian season 4.
I was thinking about this actually Don't
forget the Rangers and
Obi-Wan season 2.
Absolutely.
Fuck no, I hope
It'll
not.
be good this time.
Yeah, right.
That's the tagline. Obi-Wan season 2. It'll be good this time.
I feel with this one, it was kind of like, it was almost like a slap in the face to the if you're in the middle of the road Star Wars fan, this really fucking hit you in the face. It was almost like you're not a real Star Wars fan because you don't know any of the reference to this. We said last time.
Yeah.
You feel like that there was an
it
inside
did not
joke.
stop at all.
I gotta say, it didn't stop, but it got better because you got more familiar with the people and the situation.
Yeah.
So it stopped being such a gut punch every time something happened.
Yeah, it really was, Rebels season 5.
The Thrawn shit was getting a little tiring, but in that aspect. But it was much easier to start understanding. And all you really needed was, he's the bad guy. He's bad. He's blue bad guy. He looks really bad. He's a bad guy.
He looks like a bad guy.
Bad guy.
And he knows things. He's a bad guy.
Sort of.
Shit.
Sort of knows things, but played like he didn't know who Anakin, who her master was.
Yeah.
But he should have.
He should have.
Didn't he? He made a couple big deals about going I knew yours.
Eventually, because he went to go, he told What's-Her-Face to find out. He sent her to get the information, gets the information, but the reality is he should have.
know that?
Right, because he worked with Anakin during the Clone Wars. He worked with him, even if he wasn't directly with Anakin when Ahsoka was there, you'd think they'd have heard some shit that Anakin had this Padawan for years.
Right.
And who it was, you know what I mean? He was working with them because they were on the same side originally. So the fact that he didn't know that, and he's such a master, tactician, and you know what I mean, this guy, he probably would have known that already. So some people feel like that might have been a misdirection on purpose.
Wait, hold on. Who are you talking about?
Thrawn.
Blue guy.
Thrawn was never a good guy.
No, he wasn't per se a good guy, but like
He was always with the Empire.
right. But during the Clone Wars,
So during the Clone Wars, yeah, no,
they were the good guys, quote unquote, the good guys during the Clone Wars, fighting against the Separatists. That's where the clones were created, and then Order 66 came around, and they flipped. They became the Empire, and then the Rebels came about.
Oh yeah, but we
Remember
don't.
Anakin and Obi-Wan, the Jedi's were working with the clones.
Yeah, but we don't see Thrawn for like ever. Like we don't see him until Rebels. So I don't know. I don't know how much.
No, he was in the Clone Wars show, wasn't he?
No, he was in Rebels.
I thought he was in Clone Wars, like at some point during.
That's
Clone
why.
Wars.
That's why it's based about him and Ezra.
I thought he showed up during Clone Wars, the cartoon, not the movies.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I don't remember him seeing him in Clone Wars.
The animated.
Why it's a cartoon? I hate. And I was thinking about this too. You know who calls it animated? The animated series. You know who calls it that? Adults who don't want to admit that they watch fucking cartoons.
That's funny.
I think it's different. I think there's a definition. Well, look it up.
It's a cartoon.
I call that shit a cartoon. If they would play that shit on Nickelodeon and Disney Plus or like Nickelodeon and shit.
But I think
Disney
cartoon
XD,
references something that's like hand drawn.
It's gonna be cartoon
versus like this.
That's
is a
crazy. It's a cartoon.
Digitally animated show.
And that's called coping.
It's called coping.
That's called coping.
I think it comes
Looking
down,
up the definition, that's
I know we're
coping.
way off track here, but that's us. But I think the animated version is like it's like digital animation or CGI, which is how you use in the movies. Versus like when you see live action Star Wars, there's a ton of digital animation. It's not cartoon.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not. I'm not saying it's like bad or good to call it a cartoon.
Yeah.
But that shit's a cartoon.
Yeah, I mean, to me it's not. To me, it's not a cartoon.
Yeah.
Like to me, cartoons like Looney Tunes. That's a cartoon.
Yeah.
Woody Woodpecker's a cartoon. It's hand drawn,
whatever was
hand
on
painted,
the kids shows.
Goofy cartoon shit. You know what I mean? Pinky in the Brain is a cartoon. Larry, here.
No, I'm just
uncharacteristically quiet.
Yeah, because I'm reading it and it's still like it's an animated series. A cartoon. Animated television series has historically been used for comedy like the cartoons, a piece of art usually developed for humorous intent in so-called cartoon series. So now it's like they're separating due to the genre.
It could be, or just the technology that's used to make it.
To me, it's still a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
A cartoon is a cartoon is a cartoon.
You can say the art style is different. That shit was on Disney XD. It's a cartoon. It's great. It's a fantastic show. It's a cartoon.
Okay,
maybe it's just the fact that like it's Star Wars. You have live action.
Yeah.
And then you have animated. It's animated. It's not live action. It's animated versus it's just a fucking cartoon.
It's the kids show.
Like there's a Jedi, little young Jedis. Like that to me, that's a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking goofy little kids show. Clone Wars and Rebels is really almost not a kids show. If you really look at how they drew those, how
so for you,
that was in the scripts.
Then I could bring up Avatar: The Last Airbender. I mean, that's a cartoon, you know, but it's like also. You know, anyone could watch it. Yeah. You know, it's not necessarily for kids.
Wasn't a huge horror fan, but I dug it. But I like Dang better.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're back. We're back on Ahsoka.
Back to Ahsoka.
Back to Ahsoka.
So the Ahsoka
The
show.
lightsaber fiends did not get any better throughout the series.
The lightsaber fiends?
The scenes. I mean, even the one with Inosanto, which was better, and it was good to see her doing stuff. Still very wooden. Still very.
Yeah.
Basic, not great, and it's hard to like. In my mind, I'm trying to separate it because obviously, having watched Clone Wars and Rebels, she moved like a bat out of hell. But it's animated. It's cartoon. It's animated, so you can fucking make her do anything, flipping and moving, and she's moving faster than anything can. You know, like you see these blurred images because she's whipping that lightsaber around. Like, how do you make that happen live action? But she was just
that's the secret. You don't.
Apparently you don't, because it was really wooden and stiff. Even that, like I said, that
you get
final
some wire
fight.
Work going, you know, something crazy that. But no.
But like it's like they avoided, and I'm okay with this. They avoided making those two animated. Right, like CGI, kind of like they did. Like, remember the Matrix? Like, especially that last one when Neo was flying.
Yeah,
he looked, not the last one, the third of the trilogy. He looked really fucking goofy. They hadn't quite worked out how to make a person look real. Yeah, he looked really cartoonish and rubbery. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, you don't want to see those two actors turn into rubbery people as they're hitting each other. So they actually use that's me. Okay, they use the real people, with stunt work, but it doesn't live up to the
It did. I mean, it got better than the first couple of episodes.
It did, certainly. I noticed
But I mean,
that.
I feel like even
I just
Attack
think
of the
that maybe
Clones-
Rosario Dawson just isn't good with doing that kind of technique because Andy Christensen, the thing that they cut with him when he was fighting, like he went back to what he was known for. Like if you watch him, like he could swing a lightsaber, so he could fight with it. I just think that maybe the skill isn't quite there.
Yeah.
And not. I mean, it's hard to learn. Being martial artists, right? As we are, when we pick up a weapon for the first time, it's hard. Whether it's a bow or a sai or kamas, it's very hard to pick it up like that unless you're just really, really good at just picking things like that up. So I don't want to take it away from her because obviously, yes. I mean, she tried.
Yeah.
I just don't think that her skill level was where we want as fans to be because we're so used,
especially with that
we're so
character.
used to see we're so used to seeing, especially in episodes 1, 2, and 3. They crush it with the lightsabers, and we have the animated stuff. So it's like they didn't have the time for that. So maybe she didn't have that much time to practice.
Yeah, and then my golden standard is like the prequels. With like
I mean, those lightsaber
Obi-Wan
scenes,
and Anakin.
those crazy.
It's like
the Darth Maul
unforgettable,
scene,
and that's
so
always
good.
my because I haven't seen the
Dooku
animated ones.
scene.
I haven't seen what we can or can't do.
Right.
But I've seen what we absolutely can do.
Right.
Right.
So when I see like the new shit, I'm like, what happened to that passion? That skill, that practice.
And again, I think it was just she didn't have time enough to really develop. Because you can even see like when she's practicing on the ship, like she's training herself with the video of Anakin.
Yeah.
She even there, like she looked stale. It's kind of like when we first learned Akata, like we just kind of like walk through it. That's what it kind of looked like.
Oh, it's
She was
torturous.
I mean,
it's
it's good.
sorry.
I mean,
Listen,
you might have something there.
I mean, you're not lying.
Fucking painful.
You're not lying.
Like, oh shit, what was that?
Is that so? It just
You move like a pregnant yak with 2 club feet.
Remo Williams.
There it is.
Awesome fucking
Larry
movie.
gets one.
Whoa, let's go.
Yes.
All right, that was awesome.
And I still don't, so I'm gonna have to put that on the list.
No, sorry.
And that's the end of our show.
That's it.
So again, it's just I think that if she has more practice with it, if they go into a movie and they bring Ahsoka into those movies, obviously, if they do a season 2, I think that they're gonna have more practice at her, just honing in the craft.
Or at least by the movie time.
Right.
If they do it for the movie, then she got plenty of
Plenty of
time.
time.
And it's gonna be way better than what that shit was for the sequels, like the new tribe.
Yeah.
3 movies.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was some of the worst lightsaber fighting I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was like. Like they slash and then that's
Kylo
it.
Ren was
then they
Kylo
wait
Ren,
5 minutes and then they try to hit again and I'm like, oh my god.
That was torturous.
That was pretty
There
bad.
wasn't the speed and agility that you had in even the prequels.
It was so
You know what I mean?
disappointing.
Like I said, that Dooku fight with, not even just with Yoda, because he's animated, so whatever. But like
They can
even
make
with
him do
him with
whatever they
Anakin,
want.
like that was a badass fight scene.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like that was really good. Obviously, the Obi-Wan Anakin at Revenge of the Sith was fucking off the charts.
That was great.
You know what I mean?
That
But
was
like,
insane.
yeah, but there was nothing like that in the sequels.
Yeah.
So hopefully they said
and
trilogy for
honestly-
this, they'll pick it up.
And it's and I think that they will too because this is a common thread. Like I've seen it around. Like everybody's complaining about like the same shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like nobody's like picking something out of left field and people are going, no, you're wrong. It's like, oh, this is what's wrong. And everybody's like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I mean, overall, what were your thoughts? Like overall for the season?
Just as a show itself,
Yeah.
it was good. I mean, again, for me, I understood what it was. It was a season 5. Mm-hmm. I saw Rebels for something like Mila. It probably sucked halfway through because you're like, what the fuck is going on? And I get that, and I hate that. Again, like I hate that they did that. And it was more of a, haha, we're so fucking smarmy and smart.
Yeah, it was not a standalone
fuck off,
story.
man.
Like, because the thing is also like Disney and stuff, they're already going so far hardcore into you can't watch this without watching this,
Yeah.
and this, so you can understand this, which is completely unrelated. Like they didn't have
Obi-Wan,
to start doing that.
Obi-Wan,
but
you
they
always have to know history.
Right. But they did start doing that, you know?
Yeah.
Like especially with Ahsoka. Because at least, again, Mandalorian, it's like standalone. Like you can watch that anytime. But even then, it feels like eventually they're going to start doing that shit with Mandalorian as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, because they did start and they put Ahsoka into it.
They put Ahsoka
Right,
in
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Everybody's
with
like, who
Luke
the
and
fuck is that? And the crowd went crazy when Ahsoka was the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So the people that watch Rebels know who Ahsoka is. People lost their shit. Then there's the other people going, I don't know who she is. And they didn't like put a
You have
lot
to
of
watch
weight
Clone
into
Wars
it.
Yeah.
and Rebels. Like if you watch Clone Wars, you're all.
Well, right. And so I mean,
you
if
know
you
who she is, but
you have no idea who she is, all of a sudden you see this character pop up in Mandalorian.
yeah.
You know, because I know people that didn't watch any of the animated stuff, so
Yeah,
they
to
had
those people
no
who say
idea.
fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, leave our shit alone.
Yeah.
That's ours. Go get your own thing.
Get your own thing.
Oh, my bad. Did I try there? Sorry. My bad.
So you know, like they
You
saw.
should have tried better.
They
I'll
saw
hop off
Ahsoka.
the Star Wars train. I'll go back
That's
to
it.
where
Go
Star
back.
Trek accepts me.
Those fuckers. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's gross.
I don't know. For me, being a fan of Star Trek feels so different from being a fan of Star Wars. Because in Star Wars, it always feels like you're part of some exclusive club, and you're only cool if you did all this shit already. You know, in Star Trek, it's like, oh, I watched Deep Space Nine. It was good. I haven't seen the original series, and everyone goes, okay.
Oh, you should
That's
watch
awesome.
it. It's good.
You should watch it. It's good. And then that's it. But in Star Trek, I go, oh, like if you say something, God forbid, I go, you know, I kind of like The Force Awakens or something. I was like, that's not correct. You're stupid and you should leave. Never ever
die
try
a
to do
horrible
this
death.
ever again.
I mean,
Yeah, no,
look,
she's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
Like, I get
It's
friends,
every
obviously,
time.
like Marie, people who are diehard Star Trek fans, and I love Star Trek, but I don't know even a tenth of what they fucking know because
Yeah.
there's so much to know. But yet they'll have me on their podcast.
Yeah.
And they're totally accepting that they understand. Like, I love Voyager, and
Yeah.
that's what
It's
Voyager's
just
my
so
knowledge.
different.
Some next generation knowledge, but beyond that, and obviously the movies. But beyond that, I haven't watched all the new stuff, right? But
Yeah.
they'll still have me on. They're like, yeah, great, Voyager. Hey, come on, the Voyager. We're talking about Voyager. Come on, we love it. Come on in. She's totally right. When you don't know some Star
I'm not
Wars
arguing.
shit,
Yeah.
when you don't know some Star Wars shit, they're like, why don't you die of gonorrhea and fucking rot in hell? You fucking suck.
When the prequels came out, if someone said, I liked the prequels, no, you don't. Get the hell out. They were stupid. They were bad. You
But
were
now
stupid.
it's revolving around because of the sequels.
right?
People are accepting
So
the
I was
prequels.
just gonna say that.
Now
Like,
it's
I
like,
think prequels
oh,
aren't
Yeah,
as
did you see those
bad.
sequels?
They're gonna
Those
go
prequels weren't so bad.
They go, well, the prequels were always good. Like there are people out there going, I loved the prequels when it came out. They were always good. I
Fucking
never
liar.
had any opinion.
You're a fucking
And you're like,
liar.
you're
No,
still
you
liked them.
didn't.
I liked them.
See,
I
the
kinda like-
fucking liar.
I'm not lying. I did like them.
I kind of like them. The dialogue was kind of iffy, but I thought it was really cool.
I
you
like
know?
to buy some issues with some of them, just like
Yeah,
anything.
Yeah,
You know,
the
it's
CG and
not
the
all great,
dialogue were
it's not
kind
all
of
bad.
shit, but like,
Yeah, I wasn't like, oh my god, that's the worst. I was like people hated Phantom Menace. I was like, I loved it.
I just didn't like Jar Jar.
Yeah,
The only
whole
part of Phantom
Jar
Menace
Jar
I could have
thing,
fucking left out.
that was a bad idea.
My Phantom Menace issues obviously were Jar Jar, and it was so fucking racist. It was horribly racist.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck were you doing? It was like typical old school Disney almost. Like, every bad character has a really bad accent. The Trade
Yeah.
Federation guys sound
Yeah.
like Japanese businessmen.
businessmen.
Watto the junk dealer's an Italian. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got the Rastafarian, people in the water. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, just have them
Yeah.
have different
The
languages
appropriation
like
was
Java or
definitely
something.
wolf.
Oh.
yeah.
I think I liked the third one. What was the third one?
Revenge of the Sith? Yeah. No,
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked Revenge of the Sith the most.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that one was really good.
Yeah, I like
I like that because we see him become.
Darth
yeah,
Vader.
you see like the bad shit happen.
Yeah, you see him turning into Vader. You see
There's like extra shit on that like people talk about like in the comics and stuff like that, which apparently is canon. That
Yeah.
I wish they had put in the movies.
Yeah.
Like that whole scene when he actually gets a suit on and shit like that. And he's like, no, which was my cousin, by the way. He was in the suit, so like he was in
shit.
he was in the mocap suit doing the no.
Oh no way!
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, like there's more to that scene. Oh, something happened.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Somebody touched something. So there's more to that scene where like he gets even fucking nuttier. Like he goes really off the chain because Padme's gone. He like fucking starts hurling everything away from him, including Palpatine. And then Palpatine fucking hits him with Force lightning because his suit is susceptible to Force lightning on purpose. Palpatine built it into it so Vader couldn't take over. Like he purposely built that flaw into the suits in case he wouldn't get too big in his britches, and Palpatine could still defeat him because he knew how powerful Anakin was. So there's actually that in the comics where you see him. He's like, "Fuck you," and he hits him with the Force lightning to stop him. I wish they fucking put that in the movie. That would have been cool.
That would have been really cool. Hindsight's 2020.
Sure.
It usually is.
Yeah.
Since I didn't mind.
Two in the hand worth, two in the bush. What, 2 in the hand? Is that what it is?
Two in the hand is worth one in the bush.
That's the one.
Maybe.
There it is.
Is that what it is?
Allegedly.
Yeah. Some of them birds and bushes.
Don't clap with your hands in your pocket.
Don't what?
Don't clap with your hands in your pocket.
Don't eat snow.
That's right.
But that's just good advice.
This is good advice.
So overall, I was okay
Lord
with
loves a
Ahsoka.
working man.
What?
Lord loves a working man.
The Lord loves a working man.
Yeah, the Lord loves a working man.
I've never heard that.
Shinola. Did you see The Jerk?
Oh, fucking years ago. That's another one of the ones. Like
See,
I watched
I've seen it.
I'm talking about Ahsoka.
I get it.
I'm talking about Ahsoka.
Sorry, this doesn't happen often.
Deformation.
2 snaps and a turn.
2 snaps around the world and back again.
That's from In Love in Color. Go check out that.
Color.
Go check that out. That's some good shit.
Guys on film.
It's a series, yeah.
Guys on film.
So Ahsoka, overall,
Men on film.
Ahsoka overall I like the series again.
Yeah.
I hope that they build off it. And what I'm liking about this though, and we'll get into some of the other shit on our next episode. Our next podcast, we'll talk about it. What I like
What are we doing next, Larry?
Well, they're gonna have to find out. They're gonna have
Okay.
to wait around until next week to find
Wow.
out. That's a big
keep
time.
listeners
That's a
in
big
suspense.
market tease right there. So what I like about this is they're taking a story and they're taking a timeline that we don't know, right? Because again, they're kind of creating their parameters and they're following. They're making up their rules and they're following them so far. This is okay. We know what happened, in episodes 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. All right. So now we have to figure out a time frame that we can put all this shit in.
Yeah.
There's plenty of stories. So what is a good time frame to put it in? They did it right by putting it after 6.
Yeah.
Right. So between 6 and 7 is a great time frame because it's like 30, 40 fucking years, I believe, or 20. I mean, 20 years minimum.
Yeah.
But there's like there's a huge period of time between episode 6 and episode 7. So you could put a lot of stories in there that it doesn't have to do with the fucking Skywalkers and Vader, which I'm kind of happy. Like, I don't want to see more stories about the Skywalkers. Like, yeah, we got them. Cool. We know. All right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit that's going on that still has to do with the Empire and stuff like that. And if they follow this, this storyline, right, Heir to the Empire, which is a great fucking storyline, it's a great arc. I'm okay with that because we've seen what happens with the New Order. We've seen what happens with the old shit. I like to see a new story in the middle somewhere. So I'm good with it. Again, they keep introducing shit that happened in the TV show, and I hope they kind of button some of those things up, or are they just going to play? Or are they just going to be ignorant and just go, hey, if you want to find out what's going on, go fucking back and watch the past episodes.
Right.
I don't know. Because they're talking about the father, the son, and the daughter. Like,
Yeah.
People are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what is the significance of those 3 fucking statues? What's the significance of the owl?
Yeah,
So,
if you didn't
Right,
watch
I
the old
literally,
stuff.
I track my episodes using an app called TV Time, where people can also discuss episodes.
oh, no shit.
So I looked on it, and people are like, "Oh my god, the statues!" And I was like, "The fucking what?"
Right.
And they're like, "The owl! Did you see the owl?" I'm like, "What fucking owl are you
fucking
talking
owl?
about?
What are
What
you
is
talking
going on?" They're like, "Oh my god, the significance!" And I'm like, "Damn, I'm so happy for you."
Cool.
Damn.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Wow.
So, again, are they going to...
No foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, are they foreshadowing, or are they just saying, hey, you know what? Get a life, go back and watch the old episodes. Fuck you. We're not going to go into... Which I'm not entirely upset about, because you don't want to... You can't really go forward if you constantly have to do callbacks. I love callbacks for kind of almost like nostalgia purposes,
Yeah.
but I don't want them to try to continue with the story and to continuously feel that they have to always refer back to explain to people. It's because that will also get
Yeah,
tired
at some
a little
point you
bit.
have to assume that they know.
Yeah.
So that you can move the story forward.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you're trying to connect the story, right? Otherwise, again, it's a Mandalorian, it's a standalone story.
Right.
But this was not meant to be a standalone story. It's meant to be a continuation so we know what happens so that we can move forward
Right.
into the heir to the Empire, whatever we're going to do, and make Thrawn the big thing that we're going to defeat. Because how do you make they've been talking about making the new series. How do you make a big baddie? You already have one. You have Thrawn. We've talked about him. You need to bring him back and do what you need to do with him.
And this is a great, and again, like I said, this is a great story arc.
Yeah. I thought it was
I
good.
feel like luckily Ahsoka, like as for the fact that it's a season 5 of what was it, Rebels?
Yeah.
I feel like luckily at least it's just those 2 shows, those 2 older shows that you have to watch, and it's not like whatever hole like the Avengers world has dug themselves into and gone like, well, you can't watch Doctor Strange 2 just because you saw the first one. Are
Yeah.
you silly? You know,
Come
are you?
on
You're a
now.
little stupid, aren't you?
You're a little stupid.
You're a little slow.
You're
a
missing
little
about
slow.
20 movies in between.
There's like
You're a little slow in the head.
a lot of movies in there.
You know, but this one's only 2 shows,
Right, but-
Which I'm like,
But
okay,
the Clone Wars was like 7 seasons.
That's a lot of
7, 8,
seasons.
There's a lot. I mean,
And
there's,
that
there's
is
a lot
again-
in
Look it up.
there.
There's a lot.
And they're good watches though,
at
because I
least
think
it's
they're like
not
25
rubbing
minutes.
into anything else, though.
Right. Yeah, no, the Clone
It only
Wars was
rubs
a cool
into the next
series.
season.
Yeah, the Clone Wars
And
was
then the other
really
show.
cool because it's everything that's going on. Like if you've seen the movie, right? So you saw episode 1, you see episode 2, which is the Clone Wars. Okay,
Yeah, 7 seasons.
Okay, so you see Order 66 happen at the end of Clone Wars, the movie. This is the whole build-up while this is going on, the animated series. It's a whole everything that's going on. So there's a lot of story being told. And then it comes to the end of the season, which is Order 66, which you saw the movie, so
Yeah.
you know what happened.
Right.
So it's cool how they integrated it like that. And you don't need to see the animated series, but that's where you get to see Ahsoka.
Yeah.
You know, so it introduces
And she seems like a
Ahsoka.
really cool character.
Oh, awesome character. There's a couple of other characters actually on that series that I wish that they would
So
bring
there was
back.
an actual cartoon.
Yeah, called the Clone Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, and that ran for like 3 or so seasons. Then came the animated show from 2008. The original was like right after Geonosis, and it was 2003 when that came out. And then 2008, the Clone Wars TV series, the animated stuff came out, and there was a movie.
They had the animated movie. Yeah.
Yep.
That was part of my George Lucas versus Disney rant that I went off on somebody about. Somebody made the comment about why do we keep allowing Disney to decide what's canon and what's not?
Well, first of all, they own it,
Yeah.
so they
That's
do what the
part
First
of
fuck
off,
they
it's their
want
whole
with it.
right to, you know.
So my
They do own
comment,
it, so they have the right to do what the fuck they
Yeah.
want with their property.
You know?
I mean, my comment was, well, it's not us letting Disney. It's George Lucas letting Disney. When George Lucas decided to sell it for $4 billion in cash and stock, and that's the killer part. It wasn't just about the money. He was like, no. I think he owned like $1 billion in stock or something, or $1 million in stock. So he owns stock in this property as well.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want for it. I'm still gonna get paid. So he
don't give a shit.
didn't give a shit.
I did what I was going to do with it. I fuck with the
Yeah.
original trilogy enough. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. It's your turn to do it.
And he wrote in there, I want one more time to fuck
Yeah,
with the
right,
release.
and-
You're going to put those out on Blu-ray one more time? I want to fuck with them just one more time.
And my whole thing was, the guy, he had it for 35 years. What did we get out of 35 years? We didn't get a lot, honestly. We
Yeah.
got 6 movies.
And a holiday special.
We got a shitty holiday special, 6 movies and an animated movie. Okay. 35 fucking years. And there was something like 16 years between episodes 6 and 1. Like, wait, what? Time the fuck out.
How many years were there?
16.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that
Yeah,
gap.
it was a
like
huge
when
gap.
those happened. And I'm
then
like,
after the last episode that he did, which was episode 3, he still owned Star Wars for another 7 fucking years. So it's like, okay, 7 years after episode 3, you did nothing. Nothing. There was nothing. There was no Star Wars. Everybody was clamoring for it. He said, fuck, I'm going to sell it to Disney. Disney's owned it for 11 years.
And look at all the content they put out.
Holy shit.
Now again, it's Disney, so
It's not maybe our highest level that we wanted, but it's fucking out there.
But it's out there, and that for me, that's the biggest part. Is it's the content.
And
How do you keep me
they have
interested?
growing pains. They'll, okay, this didn't work.
They'll make
Boba
shittiest
Fett wasn't
trilogy,
fantastic. They'll reconfiguring. Okay, well, let's put out a little less content with a higher quality. We're not gonna, which they're doing, right? They're gonna, revamping their schedule, so it's not like shit coming out every day.
Yeah.
But it's higher quality. Okay, they learned. That's fine. But at least we got fucking something.
We're getting something,
Yeah.
and I'm watching the screen going, "Ooh, I can't wait for," whether it's Ahsoka or another Star Wars trilogy or whatever. Like they've kept me interested, even on the animated stuff. They're pumping out the animated stuff. Like at the Clone Wars, they came out with Rebels. They came out with the New Batch, which is based New Batch, Bad Batch,
Bad Batch.
I haven't saw them, but
So
everybody
the first
loves
season, I
them.
haven't never watched the second season yet.
Okay, so right, and it's about like the troopers that didn't go to Order 66, right?
Yeah, basically they were just like
that
off.
chip.
They were off-brand.
They're off
a little
brand,
bit.
yeah. So
okay.
like they've come out with really good stuff, and it's like, okay, I think Disney's doing a fucking fabulous job with it.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
do. Like I said, they're not hitting everything out of the park, but they're putting shit out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of it is better than people will give it credit for because it's the internet and people suck. And they're out there standing on their chairs, yelling at their TV screens because it's not exactly like the Star Wars in 1977. Like, oh yeah, that's right.
You're right.
Damn
You're right, it is.
What?
You're right, it's
Are you
not.
sure?
It's different now. But like, it is what it is. It's out there and some of it's really good and
Yeah.
some of it's, going to leave a little bit to be desired. Marvel's wonderful. Not every Marvel property they've come out with is fucking hitting it out of the park. Eternals, right? Some shit is just
Don't worry,
is
this
dog
part
shit,
too.
right? Some of it's dog shit, but a lot of it's really good.
I mean, one of the things that I have is what do they? I can understand where this is. What do they decide? They decide what's canon, what's not. It is kind of aggravating because there are like legend stories that are really fucking good that we would love to see be a part of it. But if on Disney's side, so on one side I'm like, yeah, fucking that should have been all part of canon, but on the other side I'm like, they had to pick a road.
You have to pick a road because there's so many different.
There's too many different roads. There's too many
like how many
stories, there's too
different
many
things
arcs,
could Luke have done?
Right, like how many ways are we gonna go? Like there's so many stories that are out there that they could have brought in.
But
You're
look at
right.
comics. Hence the creation of the multiverses.
Yeah.
So you can do the same thing. You can do other things with your characters that aren't in your normal Earth.
Yep.
They're not your regular galaxy. I can have this fun what if story that didn't happen in the canon of the regular character.
Yeah.
I can tell this story. I can tell you when Wolverine dies. That doesn't happen in the regular universe. You know what I mean? I can tell you if these two fight each other, which we can't really do, but we can do it in this.
Yeah.
So it's like the legend stuff is the same thing.
Yeah,
We can have-
look, there's great
fiction.
stories.
We can have some fun with these things and not, you know what I mean? And then we'll decide, what's going to be good.
I mean, honestly, like I would love to see, and I've been clamoring for this. I want to see like a Sith trilogy. I would love to, because there are some great Sith stories. Like the Darth Bane trilogy. Holy fuck, he's the one who created the Ruler too. Like, can we get something about him?
there's
still plenty of time, and the way that Filoni and Farah and some of the other people, if they're in charge of this, I mean, I hope that they're opening doors to let other people come in and create.
Who have the same passion and knowledge.
The same passion, the same knowledge, and create Star Wars stories. It doesn't have to be, we have to follow about the Empire. We have to follow this line. Open the fucking door for some of these
And
other
I think they
stories.
are when they're talking about now we're going to do stuff like that's way in the fucking past. That has nothing to do with the Skywalker. Like it's like the origins of the Jedi almost, right? They're doing like a movie for
going
that.
like an Old Republic type thing. I mean, I would love that. Like watch the
We
watch the
know that
battle.
stuff exists, whether it's in a book or just because they've told about it. So now let's fucking see it. Let's see it.
But I think that some of them are a little worried because they came out with one-off movies, one-off shots about characters that we already know about, and it didn't go over well. And I'm looking at you, Han Solo.
Right, but that's kind of the point. Mandalorian fucking rocked because it didn't have to do with one of the legacy
Right.
characters.
Yeah.
So there was no expectation. He doesn't have to look like Harrison Ford. He doesn't have to act like Harrison Ford. This is just a new fucking kick-ass, and you let somebody who knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
So come up with some other story, and it didn't really connect
to anything.
So that's
I
great.
think they sprinkled some of
Yeah, I mean, eventually Luke shows up. Eventually, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But that's what you can do. You can do some shit way in the past, way before Yoda was alive, way before any of these people were alive, and come out with some original shit. Just make it a badass fucking Star Wars universe movie.
That would really be
I'd mess with that.
I mean, look,
I'd watch that all day.
There's plenty of information out there regarding the Star Wars stuff that you can 100% take from.
Yeah.
You know?
Again, either stuff out there or make up new shit.
Or
Either one. Because I'm
just-
feeling
and
Bruno's spot
just
right now.
yeah.
Make up new shit.
Make up new shit, yeah.
Right? They always keep rehashing.
I like it.
You know, and I think they have plenty of space to do that, and hopefully they do. And it sounds like with this new Old Republic shit they're going to.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
So I want to get the Heir to the Empire stuff. That's great. And make some of the old stuff. Make some different offshoot movies and shows that have nothing to do with the main Skywalker saga.
I'm done with Skywalker.
I mean, how much can he keep beating this fucking dead horse? It's enough.
What I don't like, and I was actually thinking about this the other day when I was thinking about, we were going into this, and I was kind of, I was done watching Ahsoka, and what I don't like that they've done is they've really fucked with the timeline. Certain things that happened, and then they're like, we're just going to ignore that shit. I thought Luke was the last fucking Jedi. Out of Yoda's mouth, he said, after I die, you will be the last Jedi. Fuck, we've gotten a whole shitload of Jedis after that.
Yeah.
Gotten a whole bunch.
It's almost Highlander.
Jedis or
Jedis.
Oh, I thought you said something else. Oh yeah.
If you watch it,
I don't know. It's been like a consistent line of
What I'm saying, that eyebrow almost shut to the back of your fucking head. Is he the last trained Jedi out there? Are there
now we're just gonna play with words.
Force-sensitive people.
Now we're just playing with words.
Right? Like
there's
Ahsoka.
always gonna be Force-sensitive people, right?
That's what I'm saying. But
they're
like
just born like
Ahsoka
that.
never made Jedi Knight because she left the Order, right? Much like Balin, much like all these other people who we're Force-sensitive and we know, and maybe we trained as it, but we're not Jedi. We're not Jedi Knights. We're not anything because we left the Order. So Luke being trained by Yoda is technically a Jedi. He's trained by a Jedi Knight or Jedi Master. So he can give them the rank of a Jedi Knight. So you're now the last Jedi. So it's all from a certain point of view. But there's always going to be Force-sensitive people.
Yeah. Well, he created people.
That's something that's born in you, like an X gene almost. You can't wipe that out. Because it can be random. If now with Ahsoka, everybody can be Force sensitive. You just have to have the special skill or get one of those.
Have you tried harder? Clearly, you haven't tried harder.
Enough.
Did you try staring?
Yeah.
Just try harder.
Shake your hand a little bit.
So look, can we talk about some of that shit?
You have to download one of those how to draw fucking things off of Instagram.
How
you can be a Force Jedi Knight in 3 weeks.
So let's bring this shit back.
$9.99 a month, and we will teach you how.
That's right. It's a masterclass. Oh, good. Yoda did a masterclass before he fucked off.
So let's go back to. She couldn't move the fucking cup of coffee.
I can't understand this fucking muppet.
Yeah.
What the hell is he talking about?
And then what happened?
Negative 1-star reviews.
See, you're there with me. You're there with me.
My God, I was so
you're fucking there with me.
Fucking all 1-star reviews. Nobody can understand them.
She can't move the fucking cup of coffee, but she got that fucking lightsaber in her hand.
Right? Like, it was literally just a bit at this point where she'd try to move something and then it started to move.
We all saw that coming, right?
And it started to move, but then it realized it was something else.
It doesn't suck.
It was the ship. It was this. It was that. And then she goes,
it doesn't suck. It's like story writing 101. She's under stress, and under stress, she's under this moment. That's when it's gonna happen.
But that's what I saw, and I was like, but it's so fucking obvious. I'm like,
that's cookie cutter. I know you don't want.
Like, she never even vibrated a cup, bro.
Yeah, like
she didn't do anything.
Super cookie cutter. At least Luke kind of made shit bubble a little bit.
Yeah.
Before he started moving
the X-Wing start to raise, but he couldn't do it.
So it's like,
and he drops
even then, he's like, man, this shit's heavy, you know.
But you could see the passion and the strength and how hard it was when Luke was trying to levitate.
Right, he's like straining to lift it.
He had some training with Obi-Wan beforehand. He had the blast shield, and he kept getting snapped by the light. The laser kept hitting him in the fucking ass.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He had some kind of training.
What kind of training is that? Come on, I don't know.
That was just fun. That was just mean. That was just hazing. You've had no training. Now I'm going to take off your vision, and I'm going to shoot you in the ass.
And shoot you in the ass. It's like getting kicked in the ass.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I get what you're saying. I'm right there with you. Obviously, I mean, we saw her coming a mile down the
it
road.
was super cookie cutter. That
super
really
easy out.
sucked.
Okay, yeah,
I didn't
she's
like
gonna grab that lightsaber.
It's like, wow,
yeah,
now she's
gonna be able to
flawless
force
at it.
push.
This is amazing.
She's gonna force
she
push
doesn't
Ezra
even
onto
have
the
to
ship.
try.
That
Look
was
how
cool.
good she is. You know,
That was pretty cool.
But like, it's
That was neat,
it's
but
almost like
still.
they took a page out of the X-Men. Like
Yeah.
once their mutant gene activates when they're under stress.
It
Yeah.
didn't
Certain age, like,
feel
once
like
under-
training anymore. It felt like, I
just know.
Oh, is that how you do
I
it?
can just
I
kind of
got
do
you.
it. I can just
I
kind
can
of
just
do
do
it.
it.
Like that was I really didn't like that.
Kind of felt it. Like a Highlander, like an immortal. Once you die, you automatically come back, and now you can just start sensing other immortals. You know what the fuck it is, but I can feel it.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
It is
My spider sense
tingly.
is going off.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I mean,
But
yeah,
that was the same thing, remember? He was the last immortal. And then the TV show came, and there's a million other fucking
There's a whole
immortals
bunch of
after
them,
that.
Bro.
And it kept going on. Then other movies came, and then he was the last immortal again, and then more people
And then
showed
more
up.
people showed up.
I hate when they do that. That's such a bad trope.
But it's
They'll go
like-
like, I'm the last of XYZ, and they go, no, you're not. And
But
you
no,
go,
you're not.
No, and then you go, wow, this is so cool. And then they do it again and again and again.
At the end of the
and then they add a whole
day, like the
population.
Jedi, it's a stupid concept if in fact what you have is naturally born in you, right? If you can be born with it and it doesn't matter who you're just born with it, then it's a stupid concept to say anybody will be the last. Unless somehow nature kicks in and goes, you're going to be the last one and we're not going to, you know what I mean? Like nobody else will be born with this gene, with this ability.
Yeah.
Right? Because otherwise, you'll never have the last as long as people or species keep existing. They're going to keep getting born with this. You might be the last trained from this Jedi Order because now the Order is gone. Right? The books are burned under the big fucking tree. You might be the last person who's formally
The secret
trained,
texts.
but you're still going to have some senses going, I can do shit. I can move shit. What happened?
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's it. But then you're not going to,
Man,
you know.
I can
but you don't
talk
have
to that
Xavier
cop
there
right
to
now.
teach you how to use it properly.
Right.
You don't have the danger room to teach you how to use it properly. I'm crossing all kinds of fucking media around,
Yeah,
all
we're
kinds
going
of
all over
properties,
the place.
all kinds of licensed people on the internet just losing their fucking mind.
Like, you can't talk about that.
Oh my god!
Oh,
When Gandalf fought Voldemort and oh my god!
yeah, you're in trouble.
On the
that
Battleship
was one of the
Galactica.
craziest things to happen.
Remember when he fought him on Battleship Galactica? What the fuck is he talking about? Did you ever watch that episode of The Office?
No, because I don't want to
Oh
like
my
you
gosh.
do.
Bro, you
We're
just did it
talking-
again.
There's an episode.
Damn, have you seen The Office? Wait a minute.
There was a great episode when like they were talking about time theft in the office. Like people just steal time. And Dwight's like, Jim's like, really? You never fucking waste any time doing anything? So he's like, all day he's like, this is what I'm gonna do today. He has a stopwatch. Anytime Dwight like yawns, he's like, yawn 3 seconds. He's testing Dwight all fucking day.
Oh, my.
And Dwight's like, he's like, he peed in a fucking bottle so he wouldn't at his desk so he wouldn't have to get up.
Ew, that's
So
just
at one
gross.
point he's over at Andy's desk, which is right in earshot, and he just goes over this long rant. Hey, did you watch Battlestar Galactica last night? And he just goes this whole rant. I don't know, but like something about Voldemort. And he just goes, he hits and Dwight's just like, oh motherfucker. You can just see him. He's like crumpling paper because he wants to say something. Jim's like, he holds up the time ram. He's like, did you want to say something? Did you want to say something?
So that's what you do. So all your gimmick, all your shtick comes from The Office.
Pretty much. It's like
Yeah.
it's one of the 10, 11 seasons of fodder. It's amazing.
You're amazing.
It's either The
It's-
Office or the 80s.
Yeah, I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
Leave the 80s alone.
No.
Leave the 80s alone.
They're a good
No.
time, damn it.
You leave the
They're a
80s
good
alone.
time of neon and big hair.
No, you leave the 80s alone.
You jump the fuck out of the 80s.
Stop with the 80s.
Y'all need to move on.
Get your MC
other
Hammer pants and
shit.
put them away. Put your MC Hammer pants away.
Oh my.
And your fucking big hair and your Barney
Oh my.
jeans.
Barney jeans. My God, that Bugle Boy jeans, that was big.
Pegging your
Bugle Boy.
pants.
Hey,
Which turned into a very different thing.
leave it.
Leave it. Leave it.
Leave it. Yeah, that takes on a different term.
I'm not editing that out. Fuck off. So,
We never do.
I know.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let it all
Shit stays
rhyme.
in.
That's right. So anyway, yeah.
Ahsoka.
So the ending. Talk to me. What do you feel about the end of the quote unquote first season series, whatever the fuck they make it be?
Go ahead, Mila. If you got something.
Obviously, it's like one of those Shyamalan, like where Lord of the Rings is multiple parts to the ending.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? There's what happens to Ahsoka and Sabine. There's what happens to Ezra and Hera.
They left the guy on a cliffhanger, but he's also not coming back because the actor passed away.
Yeah, there's that.
So there's that.
There's that. I mean, with
that.
Balin, they have to kind of figure out what to do.
I guess they've recast. There's rumors that they have recasted if they are going to do season 2. I see a lot of people saying that's
Yes.
which I think would work.
Who played Sabretooth?
Yeah, he played Sabretooth.
What?
Yes.
Yo, y'all gotta say a name.
What the fuck is
It's
his
got a weird
name?
name. How do you pronounce his name?
yeah.
Oh, is that why?
Liev Schreiber.
There we
Liev
go.
Schreiber. If you look at him, like there's pictures side by side where somebody somebody morphed the beard and the head and stuff on him, and he looks exactly like him. It looks just fucking like him. You see Ray Stevenson in the costume, like in the beard and shit like that. Then you see like Liev Schreiber, like his normal look, and then the third image is him as Balin with the beard and shit like that. It's amazing. It's amazing how close together they look.
Yeah,
And he's a good actor. I like him.
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna do it on somebody, he might be able to pull. He's got that kind of gruff, stoic, demeanor.
Yep.
He's not going to be Ray Stevenson. Let's just put that out there.
right.
I think he was fucking magic in this role, and don't really want it to be someone else, but we don't really have a fucking choice. So if they're going to have to continue on with this character, I wouldn't be opposed to Liev Schreiber doing it.
Right.
Oh wow!
Right, that third image is fucking scary.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That last image of him like morphed into it is like fucking
damn.
scary.
Because that's
You see that again?
that's him with the beard.
That's just Liev Schreiber with a beard.
Wow.
Yeah, see, like I had to take a look at it a couple of times. I'm like, I don't get why do they have the same picture up twice? I was like, oh wait, no, that's not the same
That's
picture.
incredible.
Right? I mean,
So-
I think that, like I said, I think he'd be great. I think if they're gonna have to recast it, I would go with him. If they can get him, if he'd be willing to do it, that would be good.
Honestly, it's a Star Wars. I don't think it's that hard to say, hey, you want to be in Star Wars? Okay.
Well, yeah, as long as he's not
Yes, please.
doing everything else. Not that I've seen him doing anything else. lately, but
Right.
Nothing against. I think he's, like I said, I like him as an actor. I think I like the stuff he's been in.
Every time I see him, though, I always think of the movie Scream. 'Cause that's the first time I saw him was in Scream.
I've only ever seen him in the X-Men, the Wolverine movie.
The Wolverine, yeah.
Yeah.
The bad one?
Which I wasn't crazy about what they did with Sabretooth in that time, but I think for what they asked him to do, he did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just wasn't Sabretooth, really. The guy who played the bodybuilder who played in the original X-Men movie was closer to Sabretooth.
Well, the first one was more.
It's more comic book
It was
accurate.
more comic book accurate. I know, except for the uniforms and
the biker outfits. No. But in the Saber, I'm just talking about strictly Sabretooth.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just his height, his build, the fucking hair, everything.
Yeah.
He just needed the big,
He looked like Sabretooth.
He did.
Cool.
Totally.
Magneto looked like Magneto. Fucking Toad looked like
Except for
Toad.
that fucking helmet. Which they finally brought back when they had it in not Days of Future Past, First Class, I think it was.
Yes.
And with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
And you see him got the fucking helmet. Like, there it is.
Yeah.
There's the actual Magneto helmet, and like you never
Took y'all
fucking
how
see
long?
it again. And even in the next movie, you don't see the exact same one. It's like a different variation of it
shit.
again. It's like when Days of Future Past come, it's kinda, but it's not that shiny fucking
It's not the shiny metal,
It's like
right.
It's got like cracks and, looks like stone almost. Like, what the fuck? You had it!
Yeah.
You dumb shits! It was right there. What, did somebody steal it? You can't make another one? It's the fucking helmet. Why can't you just put him in the fucking helmet? What's wrong with you, Fox assholes? Wait till they get into the Marvel, the DCU, the Marvel universe stuff.
Shit.
And they
Yeah.
actually make comic book accurate X-Men.
That's
and
all you
villains.
want.
Yes! A fucking 47. I've been reading this shit for 40
I
years.
know, but I think we need to take a unique spin on it.
No, we don't. No,
I
don't
also
want your
think we
fucking
should make it
stank.
grittier.
I don't want your fucking stank on it. I want what's in the comics, live action. That's all I want.
I just want to see the actor's eyes, really.
No actor's eyes. White slits and get over it.
We don't need the white eyes.
We need white slits. Fuck off. Well, mute your goddamn mic. No, we need white fucking slits. White eyes in the Batman costume.
You just
and then
can't do it.
animate them like Deadpool.
Yeah.
And call it a fucking day. I was just having this conversation with Amy yesterday. She's like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, it's a cosplayer who can do a Batman costume better than any fucking
It's
movie has
crazy
done.
how many cosplayers are better than doing it.
The fuck? There are a shoestring goddamn budget, and these other companies have millions of dollars poured into these. I mean, those costumes cost a lot of fucking money to make.
Yeah.
And they still can't fucking get it. And this guy with a shoestring budget was like
He's like, oh, this
He's
is
a fucking
$30
janitor
on
somewhere.
Amazon.
He's like, my day job, I work I'm a teacher at a school. And my part-time, I fucking make costumes. And it's still better than those $1 million.
All of it's cardboard, and it looks very, very nice.
Well, also on that note, though, they have to pay millions of dollars to the actors.
No, but literally the cost to make the costume.
I'm well aware of that.
Fucking
The budget.
expensive. That shit's because they're making like these one-offs and they're gonna pay for all the. It's expensive to make those costumes. They talk about it all the time. People are like, did you ever take the costume? I'm like, no, the fucking thing was like $1 million.
Yeah.
You know what's one of the most expensive costumes? That Howard the Duck. The fucking costume was expensive. You look it up.
Shit.
That Howard the Duck costume they made for the 80s movie, that was a really expensive costume to make. It was kind of a big part of the budget. It was one of the reasons why, not that it didn't do so well, like it's why like monetarily it failed. Because they spent so much money on the fucking costume.
Because it's all animatronics.
Yeah.
That whole thing, yeah, I mean.
$2 million.
$2 million for just the fucking costume.
Jesus.
$2 million.
That's what it's at. $2 million of the budget was just to make the fucking duck costume.
Yep.
How crazy is that?
That's a bit much.
That is wild. I overall I like how Ahsoka ended. It all depends
Ahsoka
on
the White.
Yeah, opposed to Ahsoka the Gray. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that too.
That was awesome. Good reference.
Yeah. So depending on what they do with it, right? Like if they just leave this as is, that sucked.
Yeah.
Like if we don't
has to be a resolution. She can't just stay on that fucking planet with the beam.
And they can't create this story. They can't move forward with a story without going back to the reference. Again, this is where I'm talking about. Like I don't want to keep going back.
Yeah.
In order to go, like let's go on with this fucking story. Mm-hmm. I don't want the continuation of the reign of the Empire to constantly going back to them on this fucking distant planet. Fuck that. Either.
I don't think they'll stay on that planet very long.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think so.
Bring them.
You got the owl.
I bet, like,
you got Anakin looking over them.
Wait, what is the owl anyway?
The owl's the daughter.
Of
So there's the ones, the father, the son, and the
holy
daughter.
shit.
Yeah, they're like.
Did I ask the lore question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Oh, you know what?
Which is that big statue that Balin was standing
the
on.
father.
He's the father.
The one that was broken, there was one side that was broken, that's the daughter. The daughter sacrificed herself to give the essence to Ahsoka to save Ahsoka. So it's a whole lore thing, and I really don't want to get into it because...
Don't worry.
Give it the Reader's Digest version.
Yes.
It's they're the ones. They fucking...
The ones, what does that mean?
They're important.
They're important.
They're important and they do shit.
So the father...
Did shit.
The father believes in the balance. His son and daughter are good and bad of the Force, right? The son wants the fucking bad stuff to be bad, and he actually looks like one of the Inquisitors. The daughter is the essence of good. She sacrifices herself to save Ahsoka. The owl was kind of like her pet. So when we see the owl, people are like, oh shit. That's why Ahsoka's going to be the daughter. So this whole thing was about the father, son, and daughter, and how the characters in this kind of represent that. So now they're saying that Ahsoka's the daughter. She's going to continue on with the good side of the balance. Hence, the gray and the white. Remember how it happened to fucking Gandalf?
Yeah.
Gandalf the Grey,
He's
Gandalf
like, I'm
the
back,
Come
but I'm
back.
Gandalf the White now.
Yes.
So that's why people were making reference to Ahsoka because
She goes
was
to the
in
other
gray.
side, she dies basically.
Yeah.
But then she comes back and she's in white.
She's all white.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So.
Oh shit.
Oh, see?
I get it now.
No.
I see
Welcome to
it.
the show, Mila.
Yeah. So the owl was like the pet of the daughter,
Yeah.
and so like since like the owl's now there, like she sees the owl, so it's supposed to give us the idea of like now it's gonna be Ahsoka's job to continue on and be in the good side of the Force.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
It was almost like they created. It was like they're the creation of the Force.
Yes.
That's how the Force was created.
It's so funny. I might have watched the episode of this from like what was it, Rebels?
Yeah, it's from Rebels.
Yeah, Rebels. I think I watched that episode.
Yeah.
Because I saw a clip and I was like, how interesting. What show is this?
Yeah.
And I watched the episode and I was like, I don't know what's going on.
I want to go back and watch it. I watched it, but it's been a while.
Because I'm
so I
like,
wanna
this
go back and
sounds
watch it
familiar.
just yet, 'cause-
So I actually know.
Oh, you know.
I actually.
So you made him go through the whole explanation for nothing.
No,
No,
it's all
no,
right.
no. I needed the spark
the best
notes.
is she goes-
I needed the spark notes.
Clearly.
The best was, wait, did I ask a lore question? Oh, fuck, yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
I was like, damn it. All right, tell me about Darth Plagueis the Wise. Or
No,
something.
Darth Plagueis is
I
the
do
one
that all
who...
the time, like to my mother or something like that. She's like, "Did I tell you?" No. Yes. Shit.
Oh, fuck no. Oh, all right.
No, you didn't. Ah, yeah, you did.
We here for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna give her 2 hours of the.
What's going on over there?
I don't know.
Something's going on with you.
I don't know. Something's going on.
Stop.
Something's going stuff and things and
Do you
stuff.
speak German? Fluently?
Yeah, actually.
Actually, yes, I do.
I'm a pro.
So so depending on, obviously, depends on what they do. They can't just fucking leave it there because that sucks. Also, I don't.
No, I mean
want,
something's coming. We know this isn't the end of the story, right?
But
A movie is something.
I don't want them to take fucking 3 years.
Guess
this
what?
is one thing I don't want to do.
Settle in, Buttercup.
Yeah, right, like
Settle in, Wonder Boy, because this
that's the
is
shit
gonna
that
happen.
pisses me off. It's like, I know you guys have the storyline all set up. You have to have a storyline. You're not just like, hey, we're gonna write
One
8
season
stories
at a time.
and go, oh fuck.
Well, don't
how
forget,
do
they're
you-
just coming off the writer's strike, so we've lost some time. Now they have to kind of ramp up everything and get going,
Look,
whether it's a season 2 or the
Look.
movies. And we know those take time anyway.
I understand that they're on a writer's strike. I'm well aware of that. But it's very hard for me to believe that motherfucker wasn't home going, I gotta write some shit down. I have an idea. And write this story and go, whenever this thing opens up again, I got a fucking script. Or I got a storyline.
All right.
Is
Like,
he
they
writing
didn't
it
go,
all,
oh wait,
or-
there's a strike on? I'm not writing a fucking thing. Huh. No, come on, man. No.
Yeah.
He's just not handing it in.
You're
He's
right.
like,
Yeah,
whoops.
he did his homework ahead of time, until he's waiting for it.
Fucking nerd. Anyway,
Nerd. I don't want to wait fucking too long because then, unless they do what they love to do, is they're gonna give you fucking 3 to 5 years in between movies, but in between that they're gonna throw a lot of shit at you, like a lot of different animated series or these little one-off 6-episode fucking Boba Fett, whatever the fuck's. Fucking, let's write some more shit to ruin the timeline and ruin canon. Oh, you didn't like that? Don't worry, we have another shit.
There's something coming else.
Don't worry, pretend that didn't happen.
That didn't happen because.
Why would
Don't worry,
we
we
care?
started Loki. Go watch Loki.
Yeah, exactly. Which I haven't done yet.
Oh, I did.
Is it good
Started,
so far?
yeah. It's only one episode, but yeah, it was fucking awesome.
Okay,
I'll
good.
probably watch that tonight.
That was fucking awesome.
I just was not a big fan.
No, it was
of
fun.
You
season
didn't
one.
like Loki?
Well, if you
Not
didn't like
really.
season 1, I can't guarantee you're gonna like season 2. The episode
Okay.
itself was fucking badass, and I thought it was better than some of the episodes in season 1.
Good.
But it was fucking cool, and just having,
that's how
having
Disney
Data
does-
in there was fucking cool.
Yeah, but that's how Disney does it, though. They hit you over the head with that first episode.
episode's
You're
gonna
like,
crush.
wow!
And then they go, just kidding.
Womp womp, ha.
Then by
This was
episode
awesome.
like 3,
Okay, good.
it's like,
We're-
I was just gonna say,
We're
by
gonna coast
season-
for the next 3 to 4 episodes.
By episode 3, Larry's
I
sitting
hope
going,
they talk
this
the whole
sucks.
time
Give me a
about
pretty
nothing.
badass middle episode. We'll coast for a
And
couple
then a
more.
disappointing
And then
finale.
a disappointing finale. Fuck off.
I cannot wait.
But by then, the Marvels will be out, and we'll probably have another season of Moon Knight or something. Don't worry about it.
You'll be jingle, jingle, like dangle the keys in front of you, going
Don't worry,
like,
something else is
whoa,
coming. Don't worry, something else.
oh.
You hate that finale? Don't worry, something else is coming out.
Something else is coming. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
But yeah, I like Ahsoka.
Yeah, all in all, I
it for
kind of
what it
liked it.
was.
I did like after the first 3 episodes of going like, okay, I get it, you know.
Yeah.
After that, I was like, you know what, this is actually kind of nice. I kind of like this.
Yeah.
You know, there was a few like plot holes that I was like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. What? But other than that, I was like, this
Were
is.
they plot holes, or were they plot holes because you don't know the history?
No, they were like plot hole.
Okay.
Like for example, like when they're like, when Thrawn's like, I'm taking their time, you know, they're gonna have less time to get here. They're like, they do everything in their power to not hurry the fuck up. They're like, all right, we gotta go right now. And then they get on the ship and they go, but we gotta fly over these people.
Yeah, really slowly.
Like, I'm
Let's
like-
fly over the turtles
I'm
like
like, couldn't
really
you just
fucking slow.
Fly away, because if you're not there, they're not a target.
Yeah.
You know?
You
But
are
they're
the
like-
target, not them.
And then all of a sudden it's attacking the ship, which in turn attacks them. And
Yes.
they're like, oh my god, how does
that
this
was
happen?
a major plot hole.
And
Like,
then they
why are you hovering
blow the
over?
ship up, you know,
Why
basically.
are you endangering this species by hovering over them?
Right? I'm like,
Thrawn
dude,
has
what?
no beef with them.
And then when they go by foot, you know, on the dogs to go to the front door, you know, they're like at like first they sprinting and then they're walking, which is fine. They get tired, but then eventually they're like, they stop to talk for like God knows how long, and then they go, let's just walk into the entrance. You know what?
You two feeling chatty, are you? Move it.
You know, and then after they fought the zombie people, they're like,
that was awesome.
That was tiring. Let's stand here for a hot minute, and then slowly turn behind. I was like, bro, you've got you do not have this much time. What the fuck are you doing? Stop that.
Move your ass.
Stop that. What you're doing? Yes.
I was so pissed. I was like, what are you doing?
Like telling a kid to go get dressed. Hurry up! Class is starting!
Put your socks on.
Let's go.
Take your socks off.
Oh, no.
Time to start class. Why is your belt not tied?
Oh, my God.
Why are we having this?
You could have just asked for me to tie your
shoes
gi.
on here and then crawling across on their knees across the mats. Just take your fucking shoes off, man, and go put them on out the front.
Put them out the front.
You brought Crocs, brother. It's not going to take that hard.
It's really not hard.
Not that hard.
Slip on, slip off. Good Lord, yeah, it's rough. It is rough, but yeah, the ending was a little.
It was a little dragged out.
A little dragged out. I overall I enjoyed the show.
I thought the Anakin scene was really fucking cool, though.
Yeah.
That was really, really cool.
Yeah.
That was like that was like the episode I watched after I started losing faith. I was like, this is kind of boring. And then I watched the episode, I was like,
so
we're back.
So that episode, did you see Ahsoka turn Sith for like half a second?
A brief hot second, yeah.
I missed it.
So when they're fighting, when she's fighting Anakin's like, you see it in his eyes, he got the deep yellow eyes, and he goes in at her.
That was so cool.
And the swords cross, and then, excuse me, some people are like, oh no, that was just a reflection from the lightsaber. Oh no, that was her eyes started to turn that yellow Sith.
I have to see that.
And part of, and I read this somewhere, and I kind of believe it. It shows the control over the Force that she has. And it was basically her way of showing, I could easily just say, fuck everything, and gone the Sith way, but I chose not to. Because then she backs up, she goes, I got this. And I was like, that's fucking really cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Which is also a slap in the face to him. Like, you didn't.
Yeah, well, yeah, because
you went down the fucking rabbit hole, asshole.
No, but then he was like, that's it, kid. You got this.
Yeah, you got this.
You know, it wasn't like
back to normal. You're like,
it was less of a slap in the face and more of a like, she really is like better than I could be.
Yeah,
you know.
So that's
She's the best of us, yes.
I love that. That was such a cool scene.
I love when we always talk about the callbacks when they go back to the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
and she's like
the kid
when she was a kid, like the little girl. By the way,
who did a fucking awesome job. And I know this
young
fact.
Gamora.
Okay, so we all knew that. We all saw the same thing.
Yeah.
The young Gamora, which is really cool.
If it ain't broke, you know.
Right. So what I like about her. One of the instances she was like, oh, I don't recognize this battle. And then that's when he turned and goes, yeah, that's when you were already gone. So it gives us that timeline because the Clone Wars kept going on for like another 2 seasons, I think,
like that,
where Ahsoka wasn't part of the Jedi. When she was like, fuck you guys. You guys thought that I was trying to kill people. I'm fucking out of here. And she did her own thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we see that gives us that like little timeline reference. I like when they do things like that because it's cleaning it up. Mm-hmm. It's not just throwing shit and going, you figure it out.
Yeah.
It's, thank you for telling me.
Which is why I appreciated the last episode of Clone Wars, when you see what happens when it leads into Revenge of the Sith. Like, because where does she go? Like, you see why she's not with him. You know what I mean? Like, why they're together, and all of a sudden she's just not there.
Yeah.
So you see her going off with Rex, and you see what happens and why he doesn't. You know, he rebels against the Order 66 and all that. I appreciate that. She's like, all right, you go and do your thing, and I got to go do my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciated that.
Yeah.
They blended it in nicely.
I do like that. So that's probably actually one of my favorite episodes. Is the Anakin one.
Oh yeah,
it was so fucking
like hands
good.
down.
That
was such a good episode.
Now, granted, there was a part of that kind of bothered me, and it goes back to the whole everybody has the fucking Force around them, which kind of whatever. So she's having this battle in the I forgot there's whatever the name of the dreamland she was in when she's fighting Anakin, right?
Yeah.
Now the little kid feels them, and she goes, "Wait, Hera's son."
Yeah.
The little kid feels like, Mom, can you hear it? And she's like, what are you talking about? There's nobody. She's like, no.
Oh yeah.
For him to feel and hear it, I understand because his father was a fucking Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I get. That he's got some shit going on. Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden, fucking Hera feels it too. And I'm like, all right, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I guess we're all part of the team now.
We're all fucking Jedis. But everybody's Force sensitive.
Just humoring him. Like, yeah,
sure.
Like, totally.
But she's like, nobody's talking about. Then also, like, she shuts her eyes. and she has
listens
the
deeply.
and she listens, and that's when she tells fucking the
What's
guy
his
there,
face? Yeah.
which I'm sorry that I can't remember his name. He's been in every single Star Wars episode. Period.
Yeah.
She's like, no, we have to fly really low. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you feel it now too?
Sure.
Whatever the fuck.
Everybody's got it.
Everybody's got it.
Everybody's got the spidey
This
tingles.
isn't gonna help the people who are gonna look at their doorknob and try to really focus on.
I do all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Hey, apparently you can do it. You're just not trying hard enough.
I'm not trying. I need to
You're
try
not
harder.
listening to the force. You gotta trust
I need
it.
to trust. I need to try harder.
Give yourself to the force.
Give myself to the
I was
force.
just gonna quiet down and just be great. Just
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
And this, we're gonna say, listen. I open up the doors at Market Basket all the time.
All the time.
Oh my
Expert
God.
level.
Like a pro.
Expert Jedi master.
When I'm
level.
on the elevator, I make that shit open.
Make that shit happen.
That's me. That's all me,
Make
baby.
that shit happen.
Every time I'm like, boom,
Yeah. Oh my god.
done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're welcome.
You just-
You're welcome.
Can you imagine being on an elevator with a bunch of people? When the door opens up, you just go like this, and you just look at people and go, "You're welcome."
No.
Yeah. No, please, after you.
I would get off the elevator just even if it wasn't my fault. Like, no, you're crazy. I'm off this elevator.
Yeah.
I'll catch the escalator
I'm outta
or
here.
something.
Did you ever see that reel where they set these people up in a restaurant, like a cafe almost, and a girl's like just sitting there eating, and somebody's like bothering her, and she just freaks the fuck out.
Oh, and everything falls
Yeah,
up. And
Everything
yeah,
moves,
yeah.
She pushes the guy up the wall and everything like that. Everybody's
Yeah.
just
That was
like,
so
what the
cool.
fuck?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That
I've
was
seen those reels.
Awesome.
It was like an ad for like a movie or something, right? Carrie or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Something. Yeah, they just
I've
did it as
seen-
a prank, essentially.
Yeah.
They
I
put
think
the
it was
guy
like a
up to the
prank,
thing,
yeah,
the
'cause they-
wall.
'cause
It was
I've seen
it was
them set it
a
up.
prank
Guys-
slash ad, I think.
Yeah. That was
Like they
awesome.
go, okay, go see the movie, blah blah blah, or
Yeah,
something.
that was really
But that
fucking
was
cool.
so cool.
That was really good. The
Or
books
like-
and everything. The tables all
yeah.
fucking move away from her.
Or like the
She
Spider-Man
basically
one,
force pushes the guy up the wall.
where it's like, oh, like coffee for Spider-Man or something, and he goes through the ceiling like, oh, thanks, and it's like a straight up guy.
Oh,
in like
no.
a Spider-Man suit,
I
he
missed
comes
that
down,
one.
he grabs it, and he goes back up.
I missed that one.
That
I'll
was
catch it.
cool.
I'll
I like
watch
that
it. I'll have to
one.
watch it. I'll have to watch
And
it.
then everyone goes like, what?
All right, so let's give a rating on Ahsoka.
Out of okay.
Season, the whole season.
Yep.
Let's go with the whole season.
No, I didn't ask it. I know. Don't look at me like that. Hold on.
I'm gonna hit you with this.
No,
rating.
I was just thinking out loud about the not
Throw
that,
my
that
goddamn mic
question.
at
Out of what, man?
Now, give me a minute. No, I got this.
Out of what?
It's out of 5
I'm gonna throw a bird
with
mic at you.
quarters.
With quarters, yeah.
With quarters.
With quarters. I'm gonna give it a 4.25.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm with them. I'm with her on a 4.25. I think it's one of the best series so far from Star Wars, other than Mandalorian. I think Mandalorian is still first season. Let's go first season, second season of Mandalorian.
First season, Mandalorian smokes this one.
Yeah, but this is right after it.
Yeah, this is, for me, this is up there.
I mean,
because-
I feel like the thing is everything else. It's like low hanging fruit. Like everything else sucks. Like what do we have to compare it to?
I mean,
Boba
yeah,
Fett,
kind of on par with Boba Fett.
Obi-Wan. I'm like, so I'm probably gonna give this like a 3.75.
fair enough. Yeah, no.
Like to 3 point. I don't know, but
No,
probably
that's your answer.
3.75. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm
Because I'm like, it's good, but I'm like, in comparison to what?
Yeah. Well, basically, Mandalorian is really the only thing you have to compare.
I'm like,
it
we
to.
got Mandalorian, which is the good one, and then there's Ahsoka,
Well, except
I
for that
guess.
last season.
And then there's the other ones that we don't talk about.
Those that shall not be named. Yes.
Yeah.
We don't talk about those.
We don't. Well, there it is. Ahsoka.
Yeah,
In the bank.
I'm excited for the
Continuation.
future,
Whatever they do.
Oh, yeah.
Whether
I'm
it's
excited.
a show, season 2, season 3, season 4, or
Hopefully
movie.
they don't change their minds. Like you mean they don't. Well, we're gonna make it a show. No, we're gonna make it a movie. No, we're gonna make it a show. Like they've done that a few times.
Yeah.
With different things.
I
You
guess
know what
we'll
mean?
find out
We will
with
find
time.
out. We will find out. All in good time. Speaking of which, I was down the rabbit hole of reels last night as a side note, and it was like, check out these old like yearbook photos and like the quotes people left underneath. You ever read those? Fucking hysterical. These twin girls, and one's like the one on the left where he's like, I'm 3.5 minutes younger than her, and the next one goes, best 3.5 minutes of my life.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was all kinds of shit like that. Yeah, there was one kid who was like, I don't know, he was like Asian or whatever, like nobody gets my name right. Like the S
Yeah.
is silent. 'Cause the Lord's like,
Or like I saw one where everyone, like a bunch of people in a row had the same last name.
Yes, we're
and
not
they
related.
all coordinated, and like all of them had we are not related
Yeah.
or something.
their all last name was Yuan. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that one actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really funny.
And
I
I'm
liked
sorry,
that one.
did you just say on a side note? I feel that our podcast, it's nothing but side notes.
It's so
know.
funny. On a side
It
note,
really should be
something
entertainment
completely
side notes.
unrelated.
Yeah, like The whole thing is a fucking side note.
Yeah.
Side note on something I saw last night and I thought I'd share.
Actually, I think the
I mean, it's funny though. So
I think we go on our tangents and our side so much.
It's so funny.
That
I love it.
The actual topic at hand becomes the side note.
Yeah, pretty much.
honestly,
Pretty much. And I think we have
this
to do some
happens
short.
more often than not. I
We should
think.
do some like short podcasts or short like
We're like, oh shit,
social
were we
media
talking about
stuff,
something? What
and
were we
just call
talking
them
about?
side notes.
Like going,
Side note.
damn, I love cereal. And then going, oh fuck, yeah, Ahsoka. I thought
yeah.
it was pretty good.
When we talk about cereal,
Speaking of which, just started listening to, because who has time to read? I just started listening to the Patrick Stewart Make It So, his biography
What?
thing that he did, that he
Oh.
wrote.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
it just came out. Fucking awesome.
Really?
It's like 18 hours of listening, but it's him reading it, so
that's-
it doesn't
that's
matter.
cool, that's cool.
I can listen to him read the fucking phone book, so I don't really care. You know what I mean?
wow.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's still talking about his younger life as a kid, and when he started on acting and his grandmother and everything like that. He's still talking
That's
about his
crazy.
family life, but he talks. Eventually he gets into the little Star Trek stuff and whatever. So I'm really excited. It's like 18 hours of listening, but it's really fun. So if you have a chance, pick up the book
He's
or
such a
pick up
good
the
actor.
audiobook on Audible.
God, he's so good.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I'm listening to like 3 different books on audio.
Oh my
right
god, I
now.
didn't run into him and crash into his car.
Right?
That would've
I
fucked
actually
up.
just spread that thought. I'm like, I'm so glad he didn't hit him with his car.
You know what I mean?
Imagine.
That would suck. I go,
suck.
no, I just ran over Patrick Stewart.
It would have been fine. It was an Escalade. It would have been fine. It would have bounced around a little bit. He'd been fine. It was years ago. So, no, but it was really fucking cool. It's a really good book. So far, like I said, I really dig it. So if you get a chance, I would definitely go download it or buy it. He's that celebrity for me. Like, I wish I could, have a drink with him.
Yeah.
Maybe tea.
He would be.
Something like that.
He would be
fucking
a
awesome.
guy
You could
that
sit and-
100% that could sit there, shoot the shit with him, and be like, yeah, this guy's really fucking cool. And you could tell that he doesn't take shit seriously.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. I love that.
He's like a classically trained theater actor,
Yeah.
Shakespeare and everything. But he'll do those fucking commercials. They're like, we can see you. No, you can't.
Yeah.
Right, that liquor commercial
Yeah.
that he was doing there
No,
for a
for
while.
nothing, but
He's on Family Guy. He's on American Dad.
He plays Bullock in American Dad, and
you
it's
can
like,
tell he doesn't take himself too seriously.
and it's the best fucking thing in the world. I
He's
love this
playing
guy.
himself essentially,
Yeah.
right? Like it's an offshoot of himself.
Yeah, he's definitely a guy that I
Yeah.
can chill with.
Yeah, he totally lights himself up. Like he totally gets his persona
Yeah.
and has no problem messing with it and making fun of it. So
Yeah. And then also you'll see him in like I saw him in Hamlet with David Tennant,
Yeah.
and that was really incredible. And then
Yeah.
I'll see him do shit like that. I'm like, I love this guy.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome. Like he can do almost anything. I mean, I really just love watching him. So I don't know. Hopefully, he still says he wants to do another Star Trek movie. He thinks he's like, I got one more in me. He wants. To, he liked Picard. He loved doing Picard again, and he liked the ending when they're all around the poker table again. But he still wants to He was like, I think we got one more bite at this. I think we could do one more big send off for Picard. Which I don't know. I mean, I'd be down for it, even though that was a really cool fucking ending because they ended the show like they ended the first, his series and stuff like that. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm just hoping they actually bring him back in for MCU for Xavier. But,
For Xavier, yeah.
That would go hard.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. I mean, they killed him off in what we saw in Multiverse of Madness, but doesn't mean there isn't another version
Oh, that
of him
was
out there.
yeah.
We've got infinite amount of those guys.
Yeah.
So we can replace
He's
them.
rolling around
At least-
somewhere.
At least that's
You
what
can replace them willy-nilly.
That's what we think.
That's what's
But in
supposed
that movie,
to be.
it was only 2 of them. So
Yeah.
it's only 2 universes that we saw.
Yeah, but I mean, that was really
That's
fucking cool
how
to see him
multiverse
actually
is
roll
supposed
up in
to
the
be,
in the
but-
hover
Yeah, and
chair.
the yellow with the green suit.
With
Yeah.
the fucking hover chair. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, they're fucking doing it right. They're barely doing it, and they're doing it right.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Yeah.
All right, gang, that's it. Thank you, Mila.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
All right, gang, we are Entertainment Rants at entertainmentrants.com. Find us online and give us a review on Apple Podcasts. Let us know what you thought of the show and what you thought of Ahsoka. I want to hear it from you. Hashtag what are we going to do, everybody?
Let's rant.
We could rant, I think.
We should go out there and talk to people.